Hi guys. The next question. What car are we going to fit this forwards backwards electronic speed controller to? Are we going to build a go faster drift machine? No. Are we going to build an off-road monster truck? No. In fact, my first thought was to convert this little radio controlled car using the ESC, and that would be a very easy project to do because this one only goes forwards and backwards, and the steering is by the front wheels slopping about when it goes backwards. So forwards they stay straight, when it goes backwards they twist. So that's the steering. So that would be a very easy modification to do that one. And then I thought, why don't we be really silly and see if we can fit all the bits in this car. Have to sort out the back axle, and I'll probably do that sort of steering on the front here because it seems to want to do that anyway. Should be able to get that receiver in there, and the ESC, and that little LiPo, and we can probably use that electric motor anyway. Just glue it on the back here with a pulley on it, and put a pulley on the back axle there, so we can just drive it along forwards and backwards. Take them off for a start. I should think an ordinary drinking straw would do to keep the back axle straight. And we need to build a little bit on there to allow the steering to slop about. So I'll think about that. Probably take that bit off. Glue that on there somewhere to hold the back straight. We need to make some pulleys, or a pulley, to go on the back wheel, back axle. That little bit of foam looks just about right. If I had a piece of card on the outside of it to keep the rubber band in place, actually have it so it's on the inside with a piece of card on it, that should do that. So that'll sort the back out. I just need to sort out the steering at the front. I've put a little cardboard disc on the inside of that wheel so that the drinking straw doesn't dig into the soft rubber. So now we can hot glue that onto there. And then we need to arrange for our electric motor to line up with the pulley, and put a little pulley on the end of there instead of that propeller. Hot glue this on first. To make the pulley for the motor, I've got a little bit of rubbery stuff, insulation off some power cable. That's a good fit on there. And then I'm going to cut two little discs of cardboard and put them either side of it, glue them in place so that we've got a small pulley. There's the motor, hot glued on the back, rubber band round the pulley. So now, I need to sort out the steering at the front. This reverse steering is going to be more complicated than the rest of it. I've got the wheels on the wooden axle, or barbecue skewer axle. Got a drinking straw as the axle tube with an extra bit of drinking straw glued on the back of it. What I'm going to do is push a hole through that drinking straw there and use that as a pivot point a bit further back than that, so it can move forwards and backwards on that nail, which I'll push through there. And then I'll have another nail over here so that it stops at the right position when it goes forwards, and another nail up here so that it can swing round and stop at the right position when it goes backwards. That's probably more difficult to explain than it will be to stick together. And then I'll have a cover over it to stop it dropping off. I'll put a cover over it in a minute, but that'll give you the rough idea. So it's free to move like that. So when it's going forwards, the axle is straight. When it goes backwards, it'll go at an angle. That's the bits joined together. So, receiver, ESC, LiPo battery plugs into the ESC, that plug goes down to the electric motor, and then we've got the on-off switch. I'm not going to glue any of this in place, I'm just going to push it into the body as far as I can. So that should be fun, because it's a bit tail heavy having the motor right at the back there, so I'm going to try and push as much as I can forwards. Better go and try it. In the kitchen, switch it on. That still looks a bit back heavy to me. Yeah, there's not enough weight to make the steering work. Bit of extra nose weight. Oh, my nose weight's falling off. Just going to put it back on again. As usual, it's just a bit of blue tack. But I think we've got a success there. So we've got a radio controlled car with a forwards backwards ESC, and the steering is just simply the sloppy reverse steering. Job done. Don't forget to look at the video description for extra details.